feet as we get set to go racing in the FireKeepers Casino 400, albeit a day later. And to call the start of the FireKeepers Casino 400 for the Motor Racing Network from Grand Rapids, Michigan, Jeff Striegel.
27 hours behind schedule, but we are ready to go. The green flag is in the air, and we are underway in the FireKeepers Casino 400. On the break, up front, Joey Logano will lead the field back to one.
Quick getaway for Joey. He will surge around that outside lane and into the lead. Eric Almirola looking to the inside, but no room at the end right now. He's in a side-by-side battle for second with Denny Hamlin. It's Almirola down low, Hamlin up high as they exit to the backstretch.
Now Hamlin will get the advantage. He'll pull up on Joey Logano. Right behind him is Paul Menard. Here's Hamlin. He'll waste no time. To the bottom of the racetrack comes Hamlin. He'll dive it in deep. To the lead he will go. Denny Hamlin now will race his way off the corner as the race leader for lap one.
Joey Logano thought about a crossover. He'll tuck in line, draft their way back to the start-finish line. Lap one, led by Denny Hamlin. That Toyota Camry's got a field all right behind the back bumper.
Second spot belongs to Logano. Paul Menard rides in the third spot. Brad Keselowski fourth. The outside pole sitter, Eric Almirola, has slipped back into a side-by-side battle for the number 5 spot with Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Stenhouse comes flying around the outside. He'll grab that spot. Almirola will find a place in line right behind Stenhouse and right in front of Austin Dillon. To the bottom of the racetrack they go. Denny Hamlin, your race leader, by a car length off the corner.
Right behind Austin Dillon comes Kevin Harvick. He's going to go to the outside on Austin. This is a battle for position right in front of him. Also on the move, Eric Almirola once again, but Kevin Harvick will take him 3 wide.
3 wide into turn number 1. Harvick down on the bottom of the racetrack. He'll pick up 2 spots and move to position number 5. Almirola kicked back to 6th. 7th is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. as the leaders walk off turn number 2.
Kurt Busch right behind Austin Dillon, and they're side by side behind them. Make that the Dillon car, and also Eric Jones wheel to wheel as they work off the end of the back straightaway. Up front, tight 3-man formation with the lead. Hamlin, Logano, and Menard.
Paul Menard racy here in the early going of this one on a Monday evening. Denny Hamlin, he'll switch lanes, go from right to driver's left, trying to break that draft. Logano and Menard, a couple of Ford Mustangs giving pursuit.
3 cars at the front of the pack, all separated by less than a car length. Then it's about 5 back to Brad Keselowski, Kevin Harvick, and Eric Almirola. Challenge for the lead. Joey Logano sneaks a peek to the bottom off turn number 2.
He'll get the quarter panel up alongside Denny Hamlin off 2 and take it all the way to the bottom. Menard had thoughts of going right up the middle. He'll back away as Logano will surge to the lead. Menard to the inside of Hamlin for second. Here comes Keselowski and Harvick. 5 cars wrestling for the lead.
Well, that's exactly right. A pack of 5 off 4. Diving down to the inside is Brad Keselowski on the move. He will go down to the inside of Kevin Harvick. Battle for 4th right in front of him. It's on for the lead.
Well, leaders, the minute they got sideways, that allowed 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th to come soaring up on their back bumper. Side by side for the number 2 spot. Paul Menard to the bottom. Denny Hamlin up high there, wheel to wheel in the backstretch.
Logano has gotten away by 2 car lengths, and that side-by-side battle between Hamlin and Menard will dissipate. Hamlin now will grab the spot. Harvick around the outside of Menard for 3rd. Menard under
Scheduled 200 today. There is a competition caution coming up at lap number 20. Stage 1 will end at lap number 60. The battle for the lead continues in turn 1.
Denny Hamlin literally pushing Joey Logano into the 18-degree banking of turn number 1. He'll turn him loose, slides up the banking, does Hamlin. That'll open the door for Kevin Harvick. He's got a push from Brad Keselowski. Happy Harvick on the move for second.
Harvick now will punch a hole to the inside of Hamlin off 2 as they race side by side off the end of the back straightaway. That allows Keselowski, Almirola, and Menard to close up. 5 cars battling for second, now joined by 2 more.
1 car all the way down at the bottom of the racetrack to go 3 wide. That is Kurt Busch. All right, very quickly, then we'll get back to the battle for the lead. We wondered what we were going to see when we put 36 cars on the racetrack. Question answered. It's phenomenal so far.
It is indeed. They are drafting, and we're seeing just how important the draft is as Kevin Harvick gets up underneath Denny Hamlin. He'll take the 2nd spot, but yeah, they are getting after it from 1st all the way back to 36th, and the field goes to turn 3.
Matter of fact, you got a solid pack of almost a dozen race cars that are virtually nose to tail, all led by Denny Hamlin, make that Joey Logano with Harvick getting pressure.
Literally racing inches apart. Logano right now over Kevin Harvick. He has come to the front in a hurry. Then you get back to Denny Hamlin. Brad Keselowski. Right behind him, Eric Almirola looking for a way by.
Almirola shoves Keselowski all the way into turn number 1 and turns him loose. Brad to the bottom. Almirola about a groove higher. That may cost him a spot. Here comes Kurt Busch. He's on the attack to the inside lane.
He is the only car on the inside lane of the racetrack up the back straightaway, and he's racing for what was 5th. Now he'll lose a couple of spots. Almirola and Menard get by. Menard will swing around the outside of Kurt Busch as they race their way to the main straightaway.
Phenomenal racing here at Michigan early on. Lap number 8 on the board. Logano by about a half a car length over Kevin Harvick. 4 more back to Denny Hamlin, and it is on everywhere you look around the racetrack, going to 1.
Brad Keselowski under attack again by Eric Almirola. This time Eric's got some room at the bottom of the racetrack. Keselowski tries to squeeze him down at the exit of 2. Almirola slides back up across the nose of Paul Menard.
He slid across Menard's nose. Menard had to crack the throttle just a tad to let Almirola in line. That's allowed the front 3 to get away, although Harvick continues to apply pressure to Logano for the lead.
Paul Menard not done yet. He will dive down to the inside of Eric Almirola. That continues to be a very good battle back there in the 5th position. Up front, nose to tail, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick will pick that battle up for you in a moment. Then Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, and Eric Almirola. 9 laps complete on a Monday afternoon.
It's summer. Summer. Time to try new things. New things. Just peel the wristband on every 20-ounce bottle of Coca-Cola to unlock thousands of surprises. So many surprises. Festival tickets, seats for the game, hotel stays. Stay in a real hotel. Why am I repeating myself in a whisper? I'm excited about these Coca-Cola summer experiences. Coca-Cola summer experiences. Now you're getting it. Enjoy summer. Enjoy Coca-Cola.
When you're on the go, missing the side-by-side action at the racetrack isn't a problem.
Here comes Logano on the high side. He drives it deep into turn number 2.
Motor Racing Network brings the NASCAR race to you, wherever you are, so you don't miss one lap of the excitement.
Denny Hamlin has won the 61st edition of the Daytona 500.
You are the man, D8.
The power of radio to the imagination of the listener. Tune in to the Motor Racing Network. Visit MRN.com for an affiliate list in your local area.
Top 2 stays the same, but it is literally a shuffle behind that. Joey Logano leading over Kevin Harvick. Hamlin goes 3rd. Eric Almirola back to 4th. Paul Menard 5th. Brad has now fallen back out of the top 5. He has slipped back to 6th. And as the cars came across the start-finish line, a couple of rows deep of 3 wide racing. It's on here at Michigan. Logano leads, but only by a car length over Harvick, 11 laps in from Michigan International Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Hi, this is Mike Backley. Join me and the rest of the MRN crew every Tuesday night for NASCAR Live. We'll get you up to date with the latest news stories and ready for the upcoming race weekend.
That's what it boils down to. You know, anything can happen in between, and we've seen it the last few years, kind of how crazy things can get.
Hear exclusive interviews, expert analysis, and much more.
Wheel that thing, brother, wheel it! That's why you never give up, guys. Never give up.
It's NASCAR Live this Tuesday night at 7 Eastern on the Motor Racing Network.
MRN's Classic Races.
Labonte gets crossed up. Labonte goes around. Dale Earnhardt now watches Labonte spun across the line and got the win.
Spanning 50 years of NASCAR racing.
Barney Hall. It is a beautiful afternoon here in Daytona Beach, and the action will be fast and furious.
Legendary voices, legendary races.
Darrell, simply, what happened?
I just hope he chokes on that 200,000. That's all I can tell you.
MRN's Classic Races, available on MRN.com, iTunes, and your favorite podcast providers.
But he did touch.
No, he knocked the hell out of me.
Battles all the way around the racetrack. One for the lead between Logano and Kevin Harvick. Behind them, Eric Almirola and Paul Menard going at it. Now coming off turn number 4, Denny Hamlin, Eric Jones, and Brad Keselowski.
All of those drivers together on the racetrack across the start-finish line. Kurt Busch has joined that mix. They're going to blow away Eric Jones. Jones has no recourse but to fall in line.
Jones had been climbing slowly but surely up the scoring pylon. He got trapped in that bottom groove as Brad Keselowski made his way around the outside to drop Jones back a couple of spots. Here's Kurt Busch now to the inside on Keselowski.
Now they're looking 3 wide. Jones rumbles out of the pocket, pulls to the inside of Busch, and Keselowski slides his way underneath the both of them, knocks them off 2 at a time off the end of the back straightaway.
So move Eric Jones now up to position number 6. And Dave, just taking a quick look at it, normally when we come to Michigan, it is single file through the corners. Not today.
No, not at all. It's not back to the pre-2007 repave, but there are multiple grooves, 2 or 3 different grooves on the bottom right now, and these drivers have found a way to use them to execute passes at the front of the pack.
Leaders come off the end of the back straightaway. Kevin Harvick giving Joey Logano all he can stand. They're separated by a car length. Drop 5 back to Eric Almirola, who has 2 in Hanover Paul Menard, who rides in 4th.
Exiting the corner again, there will be a competition caution at lap number 20, and I would think drivers running back mid-pack like Jimmy Johnson in 17th, Kyle Larson 18th, Daniel Suarez has dropped to 19th, Jeff, William Byron 20th, and Kyle Busch continues to drop. He's back to 22nd.
22nd right now for Kyle Busch. Remember, we're going to have a competition caution coming up at lap number 20. What are you hearing from the teams and the crew chiefs as you listen in, Steve Post?
Right now, just the crew chiefs are trying to sort out the race cars. Clint Boyers reported his car's a little loose, and some other drivers are just starting out to assess, knowing that we're 4 or 5 laps from that competition caution. But I think the biggest thing that we've learned in watching them is just the impact of the draft, the power of the draft, and now the drivers need to go to work with their crew chiefs to make sure their cars handle well while navigating around this racetrack in those drafting conditions that we've seen here in the early going.
Field will exit turn number 2, and Mike, Joey Logano, once he took the lead, Harvick has been right with him step for step, but doesn't look like Kevin's been able to step out and take the lead.
He has not. He's been following Logano for the last handful of laps, but those two have now been joined by Eric Almirola. It's taken him about 5 laps to get there, but Almirola has arrived on the scene for the lead as well.
2 more car lengths back. You've got Paul Menard. Then you have what may be the fastest car on the racetrack right now, and that is the Byron, Michigan driver of Eric Jones. He just got by Denny Hamlin, and now Eric is in the top 5.
Up to the number 5 position, the challenge for the lead beginning to heat up. Last couple of laps, Kevin Harvick has looked low on Logano through 1 and 2, hasn't been able to make the move, and here comes Almirola.
Almirola now has emerged into this battle. Paul Menard about 4, maybe 5 car lengths behind. Logano takes a wider arc, keeps the car a groove off the bottom. Harvick gives a peek every now and then, will get a run, but he just can't seal the deal.
Lap number 19 on the board. Next time by, the competition caution will come out. It's Logano, it's Harvick, it's Almirola, all of them back to turn 1.
Logano giving Harvick a good look at that low line, giving him room to operate if he can make it work. He'll drop to the bottom again, but again, Logano too strong off the top of turn number 2. He'll lead Harvick by a car length.
Harvick will stay in his wake off to and onto the back straightaway. Almirola there as well. Harvick trying to take different lines, trying to get the run. Harvick right now on the bottom. Logano a lane off the bottom of the racetrack.
20 down, 40 to go in stage number 1. The yellow flag is going to be flying here at the start-finish line. The money line caution getting ready to come out. A competition called caution, according to NASCAR here after the heavy rains overnight. Logano across the line in position number 1. Kevin Harvick 2nd, Eric Almirola 3rd, Paul Menard 4th, and Eric Jones completes the top 5.
Continuing here at MIS, competition caution, we look, and now the yellow flag is displayed here at the start-finish line. The caution is out, sponsored by MoneyLion, the world's most powerful financial membership. MoneyLion, here we roar.
All right, welcome to F-150 Radio. Call from Georgia. Chad, what's shaking in Macon?
I know the F-150 kicks butt and takes names.
Like how the high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy F-150 thrashes the competition with best-in-class towing and torque?
Mm-hmm, not surprised. Totally saw that coming.
Chad, how do you know so much about F-150 beating the competition?
I drive the competition. Got a 10-year lease.
Kind of embarrassing, huh?
Maybe I shouldn't advertise that fact on a national talk radio show.
Good call. The Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, it is the bar.
Best-in-class claims with properly configured vehicles. Class is full-size.